All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. I want to apologize, I did not get an intro video while I was on the water yesterday. It just kind of slipped my mind with all the craziness that happened this week with the cancellation of the first day and the last day. And but y'all are gonna want to watch this video. There was a really crazy way that I figured them out in this one, and y'all be sure and stay tuned until the very end of this video, because I will go in depth with the baits that I caught them on, how I caught them, what I was looking for. And it's kind of a non-traditional way to do it, but hey, it worked. It survived me this event. So y'all take a look. I won't give up too much more. Hope y'all enjoy the video.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. Officially underway for flight 6. Check-in time 3:50 for this group. 84 for Andy Palmer. 85 Ryan Thompson. 86 Dillon Harrell. 87 Zach Goettermokes. Ease on up, Zach. You got plenty of time to get around.
Yes, sir.
Top.
350.
Get out there before you kill for you.
Alan Nell.
Choppers, better took those risks. Hold one of my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never can toss. Look at my eyes, I'm on the rocks.
Well, boys, we're not going zero today. Ha. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, he'll keep. Ain't much. Pretty pitiful. Stay on them, baby. Yes, sir. Aha. Good one, guys. Yes. Yes, number 3. Old Provoke barely got her. Got him. Gotcha. Quarter. I just need a 9 pounder. Decent one. Help a little bit. That will help a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. About that one, boys. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, baby. That one, guys.
Boat number.
86.
We appreciate you, Ray. Thank you, sir. We'll see where you end up. Dillon, Harrell, step on up. Buchanan, Texas. Over Sam Houston State angler. How's it going, Dillon? Good to see you, man.
It's going, man. It's going.
14-13 for you this week. 26, you're hanging on. Hopefully hang on to that top 45.
Yeah, man, it'd be nice to put a check with all the changing conditions and being my home lake. It's just, it was nice to go fish a little bit of history today and some stuff that I figured would hold them. And man, about midway through the day, I only had about 10 pounds, and then I put on the new Ozzy for 6 cents, and I started working some bait balls that I saw in the middle of his pocket, and I figured that's where all my fish that I was catching in the bushes went, and sure enough, that's where they went. I jumped off a big one, and then I caught 2 big ones right off, right back to back, and then I had to come in, but I did leave that big one swimming out there. I wish I could go try to get it tomorrow, but hey, it is what it is. We survived, and I'm looking forward to getting another crack at the turkey lake.
Good, Dillon. We appreciate you.
So unfortunately, Mother Nature kind of condensed us to one day of this tournament, and you know there were a lot of guys that were a little upset about it, and there were some guys that were happy about it. Obviously, the guy that won's probably pretty happy about it, but you know I didn't really like it. I figured I could probably catch between 14 to 16 a day, maybe 17 or 18 if I got a big one, and I did catch a couple big ones in practice, but really and truly I just kind of went to be consistent. I'm not trying to do anything too big or go hero or zero, because I'm just trying to make that top 50 to make it to the EQs, because that's my ultimate #1 goal. And being my home lake, I just wanted to be consistent, and I knew how it would get one, but I didn't find any of that in practice. I didn't see anything going on that I could say, okay, yes, I can go throw a 500 DD, or I can go drag a Carolina rig, or I can go throw a big divine jig around and catch a couple big ones on hard spots and stuff like that. I didn't find any of that. All my stuff that the fish would have been on, I think with the week that got really warm, I think they moved up, and then when it got really cold again, they just kind of stalled out in that in-between range and just started to kind of roam or hug tight to the bottom, and couldn't see them. But the one thing I did find, I hate to do it, but I was just scoping around in an area I caught them last year in the Invitational, and a lot of the fish that I was catching were just suspended around bait balls. I found one area that had a lot more quality fish. I got away from the 2-pounders and started catching heavy 2s, and I jumped one off in practice about 6, and then I caught one about 5, all within a span of about 20 minutes in the same general area. And one thing I did notice that was kind of weird was I was seeing a lot of white bass schools, and they were like really close to the bottom. All the white bass were really close to the bottom. And for whatever reason, when I got around those, the bass were everywhere. Like the white bass would be on the bottom, which normally is the opposite. The white bass were on the bottom, and largemouth were sitting over the top of them. And when I found those schools, I was like, man, that might be bass. And I threw down there, caught a white bass or 2, and was like, okay, that's just white bass. And then I threw at one that I saw up really high in the water column, and ended up being like a 3.5 pounder. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's weird. So then when I started scoping around looking, I started noticing that the largemouth were sitting over the tops of the white bass, not directly over the top of them, but they were sitting in the same general vicinity of them, but they were just, you know, kind of right below the surface. But I did all that. I was scoping with the new bait from 6 Cents, the Ozzy. This is a bait that, you know, I've been working with 6 for a while now, and I got to see this bait a lot during the testing processes, and this was one of those ones that as soon as it came out, it was just right. You know, it just, everything about it, the way the tail kicks, the way it rolls, the way it falls true. When you see a fish, it's really important that your bait falls straight to it, and this is one of those ones that just does that. I had it, I was scoping, I was throwing a 7.4 medium light Team 6 spinning rod. I like a little bit longer rod because when you see one out at, you know, 100, 120 foot, you're able to really throw it with that 7.4, and you're able to hum this Ozzy way out there. I did catch one fish, as you saw in the video, on a bladed jig. Honestly, I hadn't caught a fish in practice during practice on a bladed jig. I just, you know, I saw that point. I've caught them on that point when there's grass. There wasn't any grass this year. I caught them there. I picked it up just because it looked good, and you know, I caught like a 3.5 heavy 3-pounder or so. I don't remember what it was, but as good as the Ozzy is for scoping, it's just as good or better for a bladed jig trailer. That's what I've started putting on all my bladed jigs. And actually, whenever I saw the Ozzy for the first time last year, that was my first thought: is, man, this is going to be an excellent bladed jig trailer, because I'd like to throw that a lot. And then when it's taken the world by storm on scoping, and then, you know, it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's one of those baits that's just going to be a staple forever. And but I was throwing that on a 7.1 Team 6, or a 7.1 medium heavy Team 6. Really like the 7.1. I don't like it to get any longer than that when you're throwing a bladed jig, just because I like to. Sometimes I'm up kind of shallow, sometimes I'm out deep. You know, whatever it is, it's just an all around good rod to throw a bladed jig on. But right now, I'm packing up and fixing to head to Kentucky. I'm gonna go to Norfolk first, and I'm gonna do a little bit of riding around out there. Never been to that lake. Been around it, but never been to it. And I'm just gonna kind of get a feel for the areas and see what the lake looks like. That because we are going there for the Open, I think in April. But so I'm gonna go there for a day and a half, and then I'm gonna drive over and start practice on Kentucky Lake. So, guys, thanks for watching again. It is 2025, and this is the first tournament video of 2025. Didn't have the best finish. Not quite the one I wanted to, but hey, it's a good start. And like I said, I'm just trying to stay consistent, and hopefully we can keep the train rolling at Kentucky Lake and roll right into Norfolk. And appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate y'all's support. Y'all like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you at the next one.